Alright, next up here we have Orion, the Valkyrie, the Bane of Free-for-All. It's a good design, I guess. It's kind of like a robotic take on the Valkyrie kind of design. It's got a nice helmet and everything. The color scheme's very pleasing. He's primarily yellow, but with light blue highlights. Pretty clean design, not too much to complain about. So, Orion's base design, I'll give him an A. Dark Age Orion, so this is just basically Orion, but not technological. It's kind of covering into the same niche as like Botvar, I guess. But the helmet changing from the wings on the side to like those big old horns on the side, that's pretty cool. The greys and the dark greys are a good contrast, so you can see all the different pieces of the armor. So for readability purposes, he looks pretty good. Plus the helmet's kind of samurai-ish, which is kind of cool. But yes, an actual samurai costume, which we'll get to pretty soon. So yeah, Dark Age Orion, I'd say A-. Harbinger Orion. This one forgoes a little bit more of the technology and makes his design a lot sleeker. The color scheme is pretty cool. It's very dark with neon blue, and I'm a sucker for that kind of lighting, so... and the wings as well. The wings in this helmet become more wing-like. I like this design as well. It's kind of, it's minimalistic but cool. A- as well. Atomic Orion. He's a throwback retro costume. Done right. A lot of garish colors, it makes him look like a toy, but that's kind of the point. I like this design. It's interesting, it sticks with the theme of like robotic, Valkyrie-ish kind of thing. And he looks like a toy, which I think that's done really well. So, well done. A. Alright, here we have Metadev Orion, sporting a kind of toy-like color scheme. And really a kind of toy-like design to the helmet and everything too. It's interesting, I guess. But feels kind of similar to what Orion is by default, I guess. They added a couple of like exhaust pipes on the side of his head, but not too much to differentiate it from him, from regular Orion, I guess. But that's just how I feel about it. Not really feeling this one too much, so I guess I'll give it a B. Orion for hire. Okay, this is a mercenary Orion. The color scheme is pretty cool, I like it. Red scarf, scar in his helmet and everything, even though that's totally extraneous and it's definitely been like purposely cut out like that. But I don't know about the rest of the costume. I don't know why he's wearing a robe with like a thing around his waist and stuff. Doesn't really seem to fit the rest of the bounty hunter kind of aesthetic. This design could have been cooler if instead of that rope thingy, sleeker armor to invoke the bounty hunter kind of feeling. Orion for hire gets a B. Kabuto Orion. He's basically a samurai. This is the one I was talking about. He's got beetle helmet. That's why Kabuto. So that's kind of cool. And he's got like shoulder pads on his armor and everything. Overall, I think this design is, while it's cool, it could be a lot cooler. The color scheme's a little bit monotonous for this one. Maybe it's just because it's primarily like blues and stuff. So the neon blue doesn't work as well for this one, because a lot of the armor is white or very light gray. So the neon blue doesn't stand out too much compared to the rest of the armor, so it kind of blends together. Kabuto Orion, I think, gets B. Alright, here's Corsair Orion. Quite a departure from the fully armored concept here. This guy is only wearing a helmet and is wearing regular clothes for the most part. That's very interesting for Orion. But you have the wing helmet still, and it's golden and everything, so... I like the dapper look, the color scheme's really nice. So, feeling pretty positive about this one. I'll give Corsair an A. Here's Atlantean Orion. Definitely kind of like your standard fantasy Atlantis type of armor. They kept the same color scheme, but other than that, there's actually not too much here to identify this as Orion, I guess. It would kind of look like a completely different character. Still, I guess the design's pretty competent. Yeah, I guess I'm feeling an A- on this one. Nothing too special. He kind of looks like a Mook, a regular enemy you'd fight, you know? Got that kind of vibe on him. Here's Crossfade Orion. A little more modern take on Orion here. He's got like a hood and everything, and a business tie for some reason. I guess he's kind of like supposed to be a futuristic DJ sort of thing. The wing deco on the hood is a really nice touch, I will say that. They found a way to incorporate that onto the regular design. And yeah, honestly, I'm kind of a sucker for this kind of fashion, so I think it just looks pretty aesthetically pleasing. So I'll give this an A. You wanna talk about Black Knight? Here's Black Knight from Shovel Knight. He's a big old menacing dude. He looks a bit goofy in these oh, and then we have got Black Knight. Take it. So he's got a shovel as well. This stuff's all red effects. So that's kind of cool. They are quite similar to Orion, but you know, it is what it is. Red color, and yeah, he gets the wings on two of the stuff. But otherwise, a lot of his stuff is just kind of the same as Orion's, which it's just fine. It's just that some of the other characters get a lot more cool stuff and animations to go with it. And I think because Black Knight, they made him share the same proportions as Orion. He does feel a little bit samey. Like if you didn't know this was Black Knight, this could pass as an Orion skin, I guess, just by observation. So I can't rate it as high as the other Shovel Knight skins, but I will put it at an A. Alright, here's Petra. She comes from a prison world or something, and apparently infected by the Dark Heart. Or something like that. So she's evil aligned, so she's got actual lore. Who knows? So let's take a look at the design and see how that lines up. So she's got this wild brawler design to her. Tank top, wrist with a spiked bracelet and stuff. She's got spikes on her boots and everything. But here's the interesting thing. Her right side, with her arm and her eye, are colored this pink and purple. And her attacks use the pink and purple a lot as well. So that's actually one of the more interesting character designs, I think, in that some of its lore actually carries over a little bit. And she's wearing greys, blacks, and that same purple as well, so her color scheme is really cohesive. Overall, I think Petra's one of the stronger character designs to come out of this game. I'll give her an A. Here's Source Code Petra. Basically kind of the same idea, I guess. Instead of her being affected by dark energy though, she's affected with malicious cyberpunk virus energy that's all green and stuff. The boots are a nice touch, you get green soles and everything, makes the feet stand out. She's wearing a lot of bling, which makes her cool, but not too much bling, she's not overdressed. So, Source Code Petra, pretty good. A+. Dark Heart Petra. So this is Petra with fully taken over by the Dark Heart or something. So get the pink, overtaking the rest of the skin, blue. She's got Super Saiyan hair and glowing eyes. And she's wearing this armor. Overall, kinda cool. I like the dark version of the character take on it. This costume's cool, but it's missing just a tiny little bit of like last oomph that will push it over to an A+ for me. I don't know what exactly it is, can't really say, but that's just my gut feeling. I'll give this an A. Still, it's pretty good. You've got Lost World Petra. Okay, she's kind of like a barbarian type. Fortunately, she loses the two eyes thing. Now she's got both eyes as evil, and she's still got a bit of asymmetry on her hands, but not by much. She's wearing a glove on the other one. The hair is a nice design, but overall, I don't feel this as Petra that much. Not as much, I guess. So the color scheme is still nice though, and the hair is a good touch. So I think I'll still give this one an A-. It's just not as good as her other skins. Now here's Reanimated Petra. It's a zombie Petra. You have the asymmetry going on in the face, so that's been preserved. But other than that, kind of like a basic Frankenstein monster kind of aesthetic to it. Although the pink hair still being there is a pretty nice touch. Can't fault it too much for what they're trying to go for, so I'll give this one an A-. Alright, up next we have Garnet. Another Steven Universe crossover character. This one is Orb. Like the little effects there, you can see they're actually little fists, which I think is something that she does in the show. I don't watch Steven Universe, so I can't be too clear on the references. But I like the fact that the energy blasts have been turned into gloves and stuff. That's definitely a very interesting touch. And the other one is the actual gloves. And those two, I believe, are the gems that actually form Garnet. So that's actually lore stuff, which is cool. What about this one? Yeah, the aura. So yeah, they threw in a lot of effort into the particle effects and everything, so this is another easy A+ for the effort. I like it. Here's Obake Petra, who as part of the Battle Pass actually has 3 different versions, which get more elaborate as you level them up. So I guess we can judge them all as a collective, although they are technically three different skins that you can use individually. So maybe we could judge them individually, But we'll be fair to the earlier ones because we know that in the context here, they are supposed to be built on one after another. So this is basic Obake Petra, supposed to be kind of a monster kind of creature. You're not seeing too much of it here, I guess. It looks like another version of Petra. What with the asymmetry and the monster design and all. So I guess level 1 Obake Petra, B+. Nothing too much here at this time. But then, we move up one level and now we have a mask on top of it. It's the main thing that immediately you get noticed. And the horn of the crystal being a little more prominent here. She's gained shoulder pads. The gloves are a little fancier. And so are the boots. For the most part though, not too much else has changed. Although the arm is a lot more crystally now, and you can see underneath the mask it's getting a lot more crystally. So you can see the progression here. So for the mask, I think that adds a 1 rank. That puts it up to an A-. And this is full Obake Petra. Fully gone into monster form. You have a lot of horns popping up now. The mask has gone into a full skull mask, and there's a lot of details everywhere. I'm actually not feeling this one as that big a jump off of the previous one. The design gets a lot busier, and the mask changes a lot, and you know, generally she gets spikier. But I feel like these two are kind of like on the same wavelength. In fact, this one looks like it would fight this one. Almost, I guess. It's a little hard to put into words, but it feels like this is a hero kind of design, and this is the monster that the hero is fighting. You know what I mean? Like the token good monster fighting the rest of the evil monsters. I guess maybe it's just the skull-like mask. It's a little on the nose, I guess. Still, nothing too terrible about this one either. So I'll give this one, I'll give the level 3 version an A- as well. Alright, here we've got Ragnir. He's a dragon. He's a red dragon. There's not too much I can say about this one, unfortunately. He's kind of a generic dragon. B. Mecha Ragnir. He's a robot. He looks like a toy. I think that's kind of cool. He looks like a figurine that a kid would be playing with. Even shiny like plastic and everything. That's a nice touch. And you know what? It's actually different enough from his default skin, yet recognizably him, that I kind of give points for it. And the more I look at this, the more I like it. I think I'll give this one actually an A-. It's not bad. Here's Celestial Ragnir. Now instead of a Western dragon, he's a Celestial dragon. That's cool. But again, he's kind of like a generic Celestial dragon, I guess. But with the whiskers and the gold and white and all. So he's alright, I guess. Nothing's too special. B. Ashen Ragnir. Now he's a gargoyle. Well, I guess there's not too much you can do with a dragon if you're just going for like a generic dragon. So he's a gargoyle dragon. He's got white armor, black skin, and lava running underneath his stone-like exterior. It works, it works. It's just nothing too special, so B as well. Nightshade Ragnir. Now we're getting somewhere interesting. He's a dragon, but he's wearing cloak, and he's like an assassin. He looks like a fantasy villain. He's a step up. He does still kind of look like a generic fantasy kind of creature, but it's a step up from like generic dragon, so I'll give this one a B+. Here's Dark Depths Ragnir. He is an anglerfish. I like the bioluminescence, and just like the dots everywhere, it's a really cool aesthetic. The color scheme works well, and it's a very striking skin. I'll give this one an A. Sobek Ragnir. Now this one's interesting. He's actually gone Egyptian for this one, and it's a crocodile. So I guess if you had to put a crocodile over someone in the cast, the dragon would make sense. So they actually gave him like all the trappings of Egyptian stuff, and it's actual reference to an actual Egyptian mythology. So hey, I'll give it points for that. I think this one's an A-. It's not bad. Ragnasaurus Rex. They made him a T-Rex. They actually had to change his model a lot for this one. Same like the Celestial one, I guess. Because he doesn't have like the horns sticking out the back anymore. That changes his silhouette. He's got a horn sticking out his front instead. He is a dinosaur though. Kind of like a basic dinosaur. B as well. Sorry Ragnir. I guess there's not too much you can be done with your character concept. Here is Ragnir the Covetous. I think he's supposed to be Egyptian as well. Kind of like the Sobek skin. But I could be off base there. I'm not really sure what he is. Looks like some kind of ancient culture, I guess. Other than that, it's kind of like a basic dragon kind of design. A little bit of armor here and there, but nothing too special. I'm feeling a B+ on this one. Here's Inferno Ragnir. He is a fire dragon. Golem-like elements, I guess. Lava running through the veins and everything. It's competent enough, but nothing too special, I think. At least it's visually striking, so I'll give it an A- for this one. Here's Werebat Ragnir. They changed up his head shape and everything, gave him the bat face. I have to give him props for that. Rest of his body is kind of like werewolfy, which is kind of the point, I guess. Werebat. So I'll give him points for the extra work that went into changing the head and everything. But overall, I guess it's just nothing too special either. The color scheme's decent, but nothing we've never seen before on this type of character, at least. Which, to be fair, what can you really do with a weird creature concept if you're not giving them a lot of clothes to wear, you know what I mean? So maybe I can't be too unfair on this one. I'll give it an A- then. Alright, here we go. Here's Rayman. It's Rayman from Ubisoft. I can't really talk about it because he's not an original creation. But I guess I'll just give him points for how he's represented instead. So Rayman, as he's represented here, is pretty recognizably Rayman and carries his attitude and everything. He even goes yeah when you select him and does the victory sign. So points for carrying him over in a way that's respectful to his original game. A. And he has Ray Assist. Everything I said about the previous skin applies to this one. So A. Survey a lot. Also another reference to the game. So same thing applies. A. And then there's Raidvar. A+. Actually a brilliant representation of the crossover right here. He even has scotch tape over to put the fake mustache on. You ever noticed that? That's kind of awesome. So just for that, an extra little detail. A+. Alright, next up we got Roland. He's a basic knight. Dragon slaying type. Big beard, heroic build, confident smile, big ass sword. Nothing too special about him, he's a B. Roland the Hooded. Now he's Robin Hood. That niche has kind of been covered as well, but for what it is, it's alright as well. It's a Robin Hood type, so B as well, I guess. King Roland. Now he's wearing full-on medieval armor with a crown and everything. You know what? The crown's a nice touch. I think I'll give it points for that. The rest of it is basically traditional medieval armor. Kind of like one of those basic skins though. So B+. Match points Roland. Now this is awesome. He looks like a character out of Windjammers or something. Look at those glasses. Look at that swagger. Look at that butt chin. Look at that tennis racket. Look at that pink shirt. Everything about this is perfect. A+. Here's classy Sir Roland. Yeah, he's definitely classy, I can see that. His smug aura mocks me. The rose in the teeth is a really nice touch though. I wonder if the rose stays there during battle, that would be pretty funny. I'll give this one an A. Lion Rampant Roland. Golden ass armor, I gotta give it points for that. He is very bling bling. And his armor is shaped like lions. Pretty cool armor design. I guess I'll give this one a B+. The Mad King. Oh, okay, it's an achievement hunter skin. I don't really get if this is a reference to something or another, but I guess this is just a regular guy who thinks he's a king. I can't really comment too much about the crossover stuff, I don't really know about Achievement Hunter, but I guess I'll meet in the middle and say it's an A. The little crown and everything is pretty cool, as is the sword, so I'll give it points for that. Here's Lionheart Roland, who is... I get the joke, but still. Well, he's a lion. That is true. The armor's kind of a little bit basic though. It's your leather armor, browns and grays and stuff, you know? Nothing too exciting. I guess that's kind of the point. The main point of this costume is that, oh my god, he's a lion. I guess I'm feeling an A- on this one. Roland the Victorious. Now here is him as a gladiator. He's kind of generic as well, I'm sorry. B. Oh, and I've got King Knight. Alright, here's King Knight, baby. Look at that lance. That is overkill, man. A crown on one end and an eagle on the other. He is a regal ass guy. And he has his own unique skin and stuff. And look at that, his big version of himself is himself. That's awesome. And the effects on his attacks are really cool. Light orange on the inside and dark orange on the outside. Very distinctive. He's got a scepter for his sword. There you go, fiery thingy. His swords are changed to the scepter as well, so that's cool. So he's got really cool effects overall, and honestly, this thing is really cool, and so is this thing. This thing in particular. Look at that King Knight. That is so awesome. Definitely an A+ skin. Here's Scarlet. She's an inventor. You can tell she's an inventor because she's wearing glasses and is holding a bomb. I like this costume actually. Plus her pose is very nice. She's got that one arm behind her back folded kind of pose. And that outfit is, I can't remember exactly what period it is, but it is period specific. It gets that certain steampunk inventive feel around her, which is cool. I like it. Color scheme is pretty good on the eyes as well. The purple of her coat compared with the red of her hair. It's a nice mix. Scarlet's a pretty solid design. A. Sky Captain Scarlet. So now she's a pilot of sorts, but an old-timey kind of pilot. Kind of like Amelia Earhart kind of thing. Which is pretty good look for her. I think it fits her character's like archetype as well. So this is a pretty good costume as well. A. Steam Tank Scarlet. Now she's going full steampunk, which is always nice. Steampunk's a good aesthetic. And she's wearing golden browns. Overall pretty good. A. Steamsmith Scarlet. Now she's an engineer. Down to a tank top and jacket and khakis. It's got oil everywhere. The oil everywhere is a nice touch because it makes it a little more dirty, gives a little bit more character to the character. A. Steam Sentry Scarlet. So it is still steampunky-ish, but I think the helmet looks a little bit odd to me. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me. Maybe the hair sticking out like that is a little bit weird. I don't really know what you do with the hair, but kind of needed to be there for it to be recognizable as the character, I suppose. But I'm really not feeling the helmet as much, I guess. A-. Here's Bewitching Scarlet. Literally a witch, I guess. Nothing too special about this one. It's your basic Halloween witch kind of costume. At least they kept the goggles. B+ on this one. Airship Scarlet. A little more of a military uniform going on here. The Scouter is fun. The cap is a nice cap. I like that cap. Nautical kind of outfit. Nothing too wrong with it. I'll lean an A- on this one. Mad Genius Scarlet. Ooh, baby. I believe this is a premium skin? Yeah, this got bonus effects on it. The weapons and electricity are really cool, and hey, the Mad Scientist look for her looks pretty good. Mad Scientist look is not bad for Scarlet. I'll give her an A as well. Alright, up next we've got Sentinel. He's a superhero. He kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle. I don't know why I always say that every time I see him. Pretty solid, like DC-esque superhero character design. Got the domino mask and everything. Utility belt. Good color scheme. Overall, he's a really well put together design. If a little bit generic as a superhero, and if you actually put him in a superhero setting, then he's kind of a bit bland. But as the one, I guess, superhero representative in this game, he stands out pretty well. So I'll give him an A. Gumshoe Sentinel. Now he's Q. Bonus points for being Q. He just needs a mask over him. Dang, somebody should mod this. I just realized you give him a mask and he's totally Q. That would be awesome. Okay, that aside though, he is just a gumshoe. Very basic gumshoe kind of design, so I gotta dock a bit of points for that, but you know, A-. High Impact Sentinel. Now he looks like Blade, which I guess it's a bonus. He looks like Blade. Yeah, not much to say about it. He just looks cool. A. Nightwatch Sentinel. Now this is cool. He's got this hood and this glowing eye with a scar over it that gives some impression of like old school kind of fantasy, but he's wearing modern stuff like a jacket and fingerless gloves and those shoes, and I dig this design. It's kind of cool. It's a cool concept. In fact, I almost think like this is one of Sentinel's best designs here, and one of the cooler designs in the game almost. I have to give it an A+. I just like it. First edition Sentinel. I guess the idea here is that this is his original costume, like if Sentinel was a comic book character, this would be his Golden Age costume. In which case, yeah, it works. It's kind of humorous in that way. It's got a wacky symbol and everything. He's wearing boots and stuff. Points docked for not having him wear briefs on the outside though, because he totally needs that. But otherwise, he's pretty cool for conceptually, so A. Here's Lord Sentinel. The dreadlocks are cool, but I'm not really sure what kind of aesthetic they're going for here. Is it Wakanda? I guess it's kind of like Black Panther-ish, right? A little bit. But then the armor and the boots, I'm not really sure what they're going for here. The head is nice, like everything above the neck is a good design. But I'm not really too clear what they're trying to go for at the bottom. I could be just missing the point, admittedly. This is a subjective rating after all. But I'm a little confused as to where this one is going, so I'm leaning an A- on this one, I guess. There's nothing technically wrong with it, and like I said, I like what they did with the face. It's just a little bit confusing, I guess, what with the rest of it. President Sentinel. Alright, he's Obama. A. Here's Storm Steel Sentinel. I'm not really feeling this one either. The outfit's kind of basic for a superhero kind of thing. B-. Oh baby, here's The Rock. Here's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in my fighting game. Honestly, I'm still surprised this even happened. I don't even know why. Alright, he's got these little gauntlets. He summons demonic ropes. He summons demonic things. Look at that stuff, that's cool. And he punches the ground and like a demon pops out. I actually don't know what his gimmick is in WWE. I just know him because he acted in movies. I guess he's got a demon thing going. This one's kind of simple. Makes the lava. Oh, this though. Push the demon. What about his side though? More ropes! And he swings. Alright. It's pretty cool overall. Not quite as crazy as, say, Xavier Woods' pancakes flying everywhere. Or like John Cena's absolutely flashy stuff. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been done justice. So I say he's earned this A+. Alright, up next we've got Sidra, the pirate woman. It's got a really cool character design, honestly. The white hair and the white dress contrasts well with the dark skin and the dark parts of her rest of her costume, which is highlighted in gold and everything. Very bling bling, very piratey. She color coordinates with all weapons too, which is kind of awesome. Yeah, Sidra's character design's pretty solid. I'll give her an A. Atlantean Sidra. Now this one's cool. She's got like the blue highlights and everything now. Still got the gold bling. The hairdo's a nice touch. Honestly, this is really well done. There's so much detail everywhere you look, and yet it's easy on the eyes because of the good use of color. Overall, this skin's really solid. I actually have to give her an A+. It's just well done. Pirate Queen Sidra. Now she's gone full pirate lord and everything. Look at that fancy naval uniform. Look at that hat. Look at it. That hat is awesome. The boots have nice little nice little designs on them too and everything. That's kind of awesome. And the gloves too. It's got little waves on it. Overall, this color skin's pretty pleasing as well. You keep her white hair. It really feels like it's her, but having become a pirate queen or something. Honestly, just well done. I give her an A+ for this one. Kraken Sidra. Ooh boy, now this is some creepy stuff. Her hair is an octopus. She's got barnacles everywhere. And she's got the different eye and everything. You know, this is really awesome too. Sidra's got some really good skins. Color scheme's good on the eyes. This is a very different take on her, but she's got that still piratey theming around her. The tentacles are a nice touch. Color scheme overall is really good. Lots of grays, greens to make you feel uncomfortable. And a splotch of red here and there just to make things a little more obvious. Honestly, the skin's really well put together. Like, just looking at thumbnail, that looks good. Sidra gets another A+. I think she might get the... She has the highest amount of A+ of all the characters so far. Her skins are just really damn good. Congratulations, Sidra. Here's Queen Bee Sidra. And, wow. That is a swag outfit. And the cannon's a boombox. That's actually amazing. I kind of like the vibe of this one. Although I do have one complaint, and it's not really got anything to do with the whole pirate kind of theming, you know? Like, you can see water bubbles by her feet. That's just an idle pose. And then you realize nothing about this character design really speaks water, you know? Which is fine. Like I said, a lot of these costumes, sometimes they want to do something different with it. But part of the costume design, I feel, is keeping the identity of the character. If you change the character completely, then that's kind of a little confusing, I guess. Unless you have an actual crossover skin, which is supposed to be someone else. But this is still supposed to be Sidra, I guess. So, it is amazing. But I'll give it an A for this. Not quite A+. Here's Marrow Sidra. And yeah, this one is really good. You've got the fish lady thing going on. You've got some scales everywhere. That makes things a lot standing out. The colors are a little saturated here. But I guess that's kind of the color palette that you want to use when you're going for this kind of aesthetic. Nothing technically wrong with this either. The cannon is a nice touch with the deco. So I'll give this one an A. It's lacking a little bit of oomph that I'm looking for to get the A+. A is a really good grade, by the way. A+ is usually reserved for things that are above and beyond for how I'm rating these things. So this is really good. It's just not really quite up there for me. This is a subjective rating though, so you know, don't take me too seriously. Alright, here's Teros. He's a Minotaur. He's one of the older characters, we can't hold him against him, but he is basically just a Minotaur. Nothing too special about him. He gets a B. Iron Legion Teros. Still just a Minotaur, but he's wearing a bit of armor now. B-. Ready to Riot Teros. He looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bad guy. But the 3D glasses though, that's a thing. And he's got a fire axe, that's kind of awesome. Nose ring and everything, because he's a cow, get it? The jacket, the mohawk, it's over the top, it's garish, and it's kind of awesome. A-. Rift Dweller Teros. I guess this is kind of interesting. Different color scheme, a little bit more markings, but it still feels like just, if Teros is a regular boss, this is just a variant of him. That kind of feeling. So he gets the same, B. Wreck the Halls Teros. Oh my god, he's a reindeer. I don't think I have too much to say about this one, it's just amazing. A. The Yeti Teros. I believe this is for the Yeti, as in the t-shirt company, so this is just literally their mascot. And I think I've seen how it looks like before, so yeah, it fits. A+. Forge Heart Teros. They gave him full body armor here, but to be honest, I'm not really feeling it. A little bit of the identity is gone by covering up his whole face like that, without too much going on the helmet area. Doesn't quite make up for it. And grey is kind of a boring color. The orange-yellow lights from below help it a little bit, but this is basically your stone gargoyle-ish kind of armor. Which is fine, it's just nothing too special, I think. B. Mecha Teros. Kind of like Ragnir, he's got another toy version, and he looks pretty cool as a toy mecha thingy. I'll give it an A as well. God King Teros. The different axe is a nice touch. It's got a golden eye, golden horns and everything. Still, again, it feels like oh, this is a variant mob of Teros. I think that the issue is that we're starting off with just a Minotaur, so there's not too much you can do around him unless you really over-design him. So nothing against you, Teros, you're just kind of plain. God King Teros gets B+, I guess. Bonus points for the bling, but not too much. Gatekeeper Teros. Now see, this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying doing interesting things to the character design. You give him a skull, you give him like see-through ribs and everything. Give him this glowing stuff. I guess it's arguably you just made him undead, but he actually has a different look about him, you know? Like looking back at the other designs, like this one, and this one, he's got the same face shape. That's the thing. He's still just the same bull. More or less the same. This one actually changes up his design a lot, enough to warrant that, hey, this is a kind of cool skin. And yeah, it is kind of still a basic, like, undead minion stuff, so it can't go too high, but hey, it's something different. So, A- on Gatekeeper Teros. Gruagach, or however you say that. Gruagach! Gruagach is how you say it. I'm guessing he's a bad guy from Hellboy or something, I'm not too sure about it. Maybe he's a good guy? I don't know. Maybe he's a bad guy. He was helping out he was an enemy in the limited edition mode, so I'm gonna guess he's a bad guy. So he's a pigman thingy. Fortunately, his SIGs look like the same as Teros, more or less. Yeah, his SIGs are basically identical to Teros. So the only thing that really happened is that he's got a change in like in the character design. Which is cool, it's representing another character. But compared to the other crossover skins, he's just not as cool. He's like on Rano's level. But if he gets a character slot, why doesn't Randall get a character slot? That's the question, isn't it? The six are the same. I believe he is cheaper, but I guess that means he's just not as cool, sadly. Guragach, you get... I really can't give you too higher points. You're a crossover skin, you're expected to have cool stuff. So you get a B+. So luckily for Teros, he's got a second crossover costume, and it's the wrestler Roman Reigns, whom I know nothing about because I don't watch wrestling. But let's see what we've got as for signature replacements. We got the ropes again, and it's a little bit hard to see there for a second, but I think that's a skull or something in the particle effects. This one's pretty basic, and this was pretty basic as well. Not too much change. They did add a color. They did add color to those heat effects, but otherwise, yeah. The ring's popping up a good, nice touch though. Oh, that is a hand. Yep, that is indeed a hand. That one's kind of basic as well, and oh, this one's where the effort went into. You got the chains, and that's a bulldog. So yep, another well put together WWE skin. I don't think there's too much to say without knowing these wrestlers. I can't really say too much, but yeah, good put together skin, A+. Alright, Thatch. Here's the other pirate. Here's the dude pirate. He works. Nothing too much to complain about him. He's a pirate. Jolly Rogers type. A-. Cursed Goat Thatch. Here's an undead pirate. He's got seaweed dripping from his hat. And a starfish. Can't forget the starfish. He's got a good character, good color design and everything. And his face looks different enough. He's missing a nose. His very prominent nose. It's missing. A. Castaway Thatch. He's got a crab coming out of his head. I guess this is the idea that Thatch has been left alone on an island marooned and he doesn't have any food, water, or clothes and stuff. It's him surviving after a while. Nasty torso. The crab is bonus points though. I'm gonna say A for the crab. Just for the crab. Biker Thatch. I get what they're going for, but I feel like they could have changed his teeth a little bit if they wanted to make him full biker. I'm not sure the goat tooth really fits as well with that aesthetic and everything. The mustache is kinda cool too, but like maybe if they added a mustache to him as well, in addition to the beard. That might make it fit better. Overall, not as cool as I think it would have been. B. Here's Secret Santa Thatch. Thatch in the Santa costume. I don't really want to look at it too long. Let's just give this an A- and move along. He's a shark. He is a shark. A. Goblin Thatch. I'm not sure how much a goblin has to do with a pirate. Maybe he's a sea goblin? His long nose does lend itself to this character design, I suppose. But what's with the dynamite around his waist? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Green Goblin. But Green Goblin isn't a pirate. So I'm getting mixed feelings about this. He looks very gremlin-y though. None of these character designs other than the shark really changed the shape of his bottom jaw, I just noticed. Maybe if they did a little bit more different stuff with it. And the hat, I don't know if that's really very goblin-y. So, I'm a bit confused about the execution on this one. So I'll give it a B. Poseidon Thatch. Now this is interesting. They've actually changed his character a bunch, but because it's Poseidon and this is a pirate character, the thematic layering is still there. And you get to keep his big beard, but you just make it white like an old king. This is actually a really nice way to reinterpret the character, and I appreciate what they went for here. The color scheme's nice and striking with the turquoise and the yellows. Overall, not too much complaints about this one either. I'll give it an A. Here's a classy Thatch. It's the goddamn face. The goddamn face is A+.